Good day and welcome back to another Dbz Dokkan video. In this video we are taking a look at the latest Dokkan Ultimate Clash that has come to Dbz Dokkan Global and how you can beat Broly this time. So Broly is strength, which means we have a pretty decent selection of units. I think you have quite a few strong AGL leads, quite a few cross-class leads. So generally speaking, there's some good options. I wouldn't suggest units like AGL Great Saiyaman, who gains super or attack and defense on super, because Broly's normals, his AoE special normals, will hit you quite hard if you have units like that. Also remember to bring some debuffing units, and you need to bring, I would suggest 2, but you need to bring at least 1 sealing unit. And in this case I'm using Margarita. I think she's great. Her evasion is going to help us out, and just the fact that she seals and debuffs is going to be great. The reason you need a sealing unit, quite frankly, is because if you don't seal Broly, he does too much damage. So as you saw there in the beginning, Broly is immune to stunning. He also raises his attack and defense on each of his supers. And he does this special AoE attack. Now, because you can't stun him, you can't stop the AoE attack. You'll see it did quite a bit of damage there. And that's why you need the attack lowering. Because with the attack lowering, you can reduce the damage that that attack does to you. Once you've sealed him up and attack lowered him, the process is actually very simple. As long as you have multiple attack lowerers or multiple sealers, you basically can completely trivialize Broly as a fight. Now, should you not bring sealers, should you not bring attack lowerers, you're going to instantly have way more of a problem than if you do. Like, you're going to have way more of a problem. So it is something that you need to be aware of. It is something that you're going to need to be mindful of. You're going to have to actively build your team around it. On the extreme side, we do have a couple sealers, but your best bet free-to-play wise is to Bubbly and Dabura card, because they have sealing on their 12 key, but it's important to note that it's the 12 key. Beyond that, once you've sealed up Broly, it's a very simple process. All you have to do is keep lowering his attack. Like I said, I suggest keeping 1 sealer and 1 attack lower on each rotation. If you can do that, then you'll basically win the fight, very simply. On the AGL side, they're actually quite limited in terms of sealers, which is why Margarita is the best option. Goku and Arale are a good free-to-play option, but they can take a lot of damage. So maybe using them as a floater is okay, but they can really take a lot of damage. So I honestly can't suggest using them. And beyond that, there's not a lot of sealers. There's not a lot of sealing options on the AGL side. It's not great, so to say. So you are just going to have to try and work around that as best you can. Alternatively, you can go for full evasion based teams, but this is not suggested, because the moment you miss an evasion, you've basically lost. But you can see here we keep Broly sealed, and this basically keeps us solid. Obviously, I'm using Gogeta, I'm using quite a strong AGL team. This just accelerates the damage. But you'll notice, without Margarita, I'm not sealing Broly. So Margarita is far more key than any other LR unit on this team. And it goes the same with the debuffing. All the units that lower attack, so Paikuhan, the Gohan, all of those units that lower attack are way more important for this team than having SS4 Goku or SS4 Vegeta. Neither of those are nearly as important as having a sealer and a debuffer, because Broly will still kill SS4 Goku if he hits him with a super and hits him with follow-up attacks. He'll still kill him, even a strong unit like SS4 Goku under a double lead, or he will do so much damage that the other units will die. So it's very important to seal and control the fight. But now that we've gone and beaten Broly, we'll take a look at all the other bosses. So Chaozu, he can lock characters in place, he's immune to, or he can stun you. But with this one, I just use a couple Team Bardock units to save space and options for the other teams, and we get to beat him. We then have Replicate Vegeta. He's immune to stunning and he lowers your attack with the super attack. You can seal him as most of these bosses, and he's not that hard to deal with, to be honest with you. Then we go on to stage 2, and the first one we face is Mecha Frieza. Again, immune to stunning, he's immune to attack lowering and defense lowering, and he'll also lower your attack with his super. You can seal him though, it's not too much of an issue. And his strategy applies across to Tapion as well. So they both have the exact same abilities. They're both immune to stunning, both immune to attack and defense lowering, and they'll both lower your attack. Just bring a sealer and you'll be fine, but generally they're not strong enough to cause you big problems, at least on the surface level. Then we come up to one of the first real big challenges, at least for me, I found is Goku's a bit of a challenge. You'll see that I resorted to using an LR Cooler as one of my leads for his damage. I don't have a sealer on the extreme strength side, which is one of the problems. So you need a sealer here. Goku massively lowers defense by 50%, which is a huge problem for teams. He can do big damage. He's also immune to stunning as per all the other bosses. Then we have Gohan, who's basically the same as Goku, except he can evade. In light of this, you can lower his attack, but generally sealing him is the most important. This boss caused me some problems because he evaded my units that sealed, and then basically he would kill me, which is really fun. So he can be frustrating, just understand that you can get there eventually. Then we have Bojack, who's immune to stunning. He's also immune to attack lowering and defense lowering, and he'll raise his own defense. He can cause a bit of damage with his super, but there's a very strong free-to-play into extreme team that you can use here, so you should be more than fine. Just pair up Android 16 and Captain Ginyu, and you basically have it guaranteed. Then we have Gotenks. Gotenks is a little bit more annoying. He can avoid attacks, he can fire multiple supers, and both of those can stun, and they do a fair chunk of damage. Similar to Gohan, he can be irritating because he can evade your sealers, and then all of a sudden you just take too much damage and you'll die. So it can be annoying to combat this. Try and just bring multiple sealers, but it can be a tough fight. And then finally the last one we have is Boo. So Boo can evade attacks, he heals, and he can stun you, but he's weak to sealing and stunning, preferably stunning. Stunning him is honestly the best option because it stops him healing as well as attacking. So it like works double, whereas sealing is also super helpful. I would use a sealer and a stunner. In fact, I'd bring like 2 stunners. But yeah, that's really it. So that's this Virtual Dokkan Ultimate Clash. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Obviously there's a bunch of great rewards for doing Virtual Dokkan Ultimate Clash, and if you need any help with your teams, just give me a shout, and yeah, I'll look in the comments and I'll give you a shout. But that's going to be it from me. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Bye.